Okay, y'all, so I am here with a Carlee Russell case update, with a very expected update. So it turns out, yeah, y'all been killing me with this. Okay. It turns out that Miss Mama's, girl, let's just talk.
All black Mercedes. You could take my soul, just let me be first lady. But I won't sacrifice.
Yeah, y'all been killing me with these memes. I'm so serious. Y'all have been online acting a mess, acting a fool. So we're gonna start out with the tea. We already know what's been going on. Carlee Russell talking about she been kidnapped, blah, blah, blah. If you want to check out my previous video, make sure you do that. Link will be in my description box, talking about everything, all the details with this case. But it turns out here, like I said, as we expected, there was no kidnapping. Carlee Russell apologizes after admitting hoax. And here they're saying that they're looking at criminal charges. And I don't think that is, I don't think that shit is necessary. I'll get into that later on, but I don't know. They'd be so ready to throw motherfuckers in prison over. So, and it's just, I don't know. I want to talk about it later on, but let's get into what happened at this news conference. So Carlee Russell admitted that she did not see a toddler wandering on the side of the highway and lied about being kidnapped in a hoax that set off a nationwide effort to find her. An attorney for the Alabama woman said on Monday. A statement provided by Russell's attorney was read during a news conference in which the 25-year-old nursing student said she was not abducted, as the nation was led to believe when she disappeared July 13th. Russell said she had not left the Hoover area. She said she didn't even, leave the neighborhood, girl. She returned home 49 hours after a call to 911 reporting seeing the child on the interstate. The attorney says, my client apologizes for her actions to this community, to the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, the statement said. So now, will criminal charges be brought? This is one of the questions that the reporters were really asking in the press conference. The police department is consulting with the DA's office regarding potential criminal charges. I guess they had expected to interview her. The police expected to interview her on Monday, but they got this statement from her attorney instead. But they still want to talk to her. Now, this idea of criminal charges being brought, I don't think that shit is necessary. I said this too for the Jussie Smollett case, and y'all are terrible for this meme, by the way. I just seen this shit on social media. The first meme, and this just spread. Either way, I said it in both situations where I'm just like, okay, they wasted people's time, they lied, they were deceptive, whatever. It wasn't a smart thing to do. But Carlee did not lie on someone else's name and then get them in trouble for something that she did. You see what I'm saying? She didn't injure, but she didn't kill nobody. I don't think, like, criminalizing her, I don't know about all that. Like, it's one thing to get your jokes off and, get your memes off and shit like that. But I don't know. When cases like this arise, people say things like, oh, well, the cops could have, been looking for someone else. And they use that as an excuse to be brutal, honestly, or to want her to be criminalized. And I think it's misguided because, I don't know, when you look at the stats of missing Black women, these same structures don't give a fuck about the cases, or they don't give a fuck about finding them anyway a lot of times. So I don't think it makes sense to imply that these one-off cases like Carlee or whatever, people where they lying or whatever, are somehow going to impede these powerful law enforcement agencies from doing something that they have shown that they have limited or no interest in doing anyway. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that there should be zero consequences at all for her actions, or people should just be lying like this all the time. But throwing her in prison or criminalizing her seems like doing way too much, especially doing it for a system. You're doing that for a system that don't give a fuck about finding niggas anyway, So I don't know. I'm just curious to know why this even happened in the first place. Like, did she have a mental break? Was just shit popping off in her life that it just, it was a lot of traumatic shit? Like, what was going on? What's really happening? Because she was Googling, shit like, does it cost money to put in an Amber Alert? What's the age limit for Amber Alert? So it's just, Me personally, I don't want her ass thrown into prison. Like, a lot of people are online talking about lock her ass up, lock her. What is that gonna do? I don't, girl, we need to get down to the bottom of this, or get her some help or something. Like, girl, what happened? Was it a traumatic experience? Was it life was just being, she needed somebody to pay attention to? Like, what was happening? I think that's one of the main issues with how we deal with people. It's like immediately we go to lock their ass up, lock their ass up. And to me, I'm just like, like I said before, she ain't kill nobody, she ain't injure nobody, she ain't fight, you know what I mean? She ain't get nobody else locked up, she ain't run over anybody with her car. Like, she lied, and she wasted people's time, and she wasted the nation's time. Okay, I just don't see what we gonna get from throwing her ass in prison. I feel like if we dealt with people like, okay, what was going on? Are you okay? Do you need mental health services? Are you being stressed out? Is there a lot of trauma going on in your life? Were you trying to get, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. I know sometimes people just do stupid shit. Sometimes people are inherently evil and bad, but this don't seem to me like a case where somebody needs to be brutalized and thrown into fucking prison and stepped all over and beat up on. Like, it don't seem like that case to me. To me, it seems like we just need to talk to sis. Like, girl, you okay? Because it's like, girl, what's going on? So that's kind of how I see it. A lot of people don't see it that way. They want her ass thrown into prison. But for the reasons I said, I just don't think that shit is necessary at all, especially when y'all, I don't know, there's so many other people who need to be kept away from us because they bulldozing us, they fucking us over, they're killing us, and they're still allowed to wander around in society, throwing Miss Mamas into prison because of some spectacular hoax. To me, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it will accomplish what y'all think it will. It seems like y'all going overboard. Okay. Her boyfriend responded to this entire thing. In Monday's statement, Russell's attorney stated that she acted alone and did not have help. Russell's ex-boyfriend said in a Facebook post on Monday that he was blindsided and that he and his family reacted with a genuine concern. Here he says, Carlee's actions created hurt, confusion, and dishonesty. I was made aware of the false narrative after coming to the defense of my ex, Carlee Russell. Myself and my family's nature was to react in love, genuine concern. We're disgusted by the outcome. Thank you to, my family, friends, and the nation for your support. Thank you to the volunteers, blah, 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 So, and I can understand the volunteers being like really pissed, like, girl, you had me out there looking, mama, and you were not even missing. You see what I'm saying? But I will go back to the point. I will repeat and reiterate and say, I don't think we should be locking niggas up. And especially when police departments want to make an example, or the DA want to make an example out of somebody, they can make the punishments just very excessive. So I just don't think tossing this woman into the pits of the justice system or injustice system, but the justice system is really the direction that we want to go. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of conversations going on online about this. Okay, so back to the article. Advocates told NBC last week that although Russell's case seemed to be a hoax, the issue of missing Black women and girls is still very serious. More than 30,000 Black people in the U.S. remained missing at the end of 2022, according to the most recent data from the National Crime Information Center. Half of those cases were missing Black women and girls. So yeah, like I said in my previous video, I don't think that, the actions of one person should be used as a scapegoat or as a reason as to why, or how some people say, oh yeah, that's why they don't want to find us, they don't want to look for us, people like use the reason. It's just like, girl, Carlee lying, one person lying is not going to suddenly make them less interested than they already are. They don't give a damn. And it's just like, it's interesting how you see how hard and fast they chase these particular cases when they're trying to make an example. You see what I'm saying? So I think that, yes, although Carlee really didn't have to do none of this shit, like for real, she didn't have to waste people's time, she didn't have to lie like this. It's the other side of it where other people are just like, lock her ass up, put her underneath the prison. To me, it's not making no sense either. So I would love to know what you think about it. Thank you all so much for watching. and make sure that you have a good time.
Coming through, we make your niggas switch teams. I'm feeling really pussy, got that shit in my jeans. I'm fly, and the guys that got